So for this video I'm going to show how I made this two-tone bracelet with contrasting coloured nylon cord and a button fastening. It's quite simple to make even with the button fastening, and I think that just makes it a little bit neater on the ends so you've got tail ends everywhere, but you can do it with the tail ends if you prefer. To make this bracelet you're going to need your board or book or whatever you're going to be knotting onto. You need your coloured cords. For this one I've chosen a sort of green cord and a bluey green cord just for the contrast. You're going to want a button, scissors, ruler for measuring your cord, clips for holding your cord to the board, and a lighter for sealing the ends, because they do have a tendency to fray if you don't seal them. If you are under 18, please ask for your parents' permission before I get the solicitor's letters. To get started, you want to measure out the correct amount of cord for your bracelet. So for me, I'm doing a 6-inch bracelet, which means I wanted 2 sets of 6 feet for this colour and 2 sets of 6 feet for this colour. I did it off camera just because it tends to knot up really badly and you didn't want to see me unwinding it for half an hour. So once you've done that, you want to take your button and then you want to thread your cords into the buttonholes. Preferably get one with at least 4 holes in it. And what I do is I do one colour in one set there and one colour in one set there. That just makes it easier when you start knotting afterwards. So I've threaded the first colour just so you can see what I mean. The colours have gone in just one side, and that means this side will be knotted in one colour, and then I'm going to do the other colour in this side so I can knot down that side. It just makes it a little bit neater where the button joins to the cord. So now both sides of the button are threaded. Hopefully you can see one colour goes straight down there and one colour goes straight down there. So once you've done that, you want to take your board and attach your button to the board and try and keep it fairly straight there, just going straight down, and it will just make it look a little bit neater. So I put the clip directly onto the button for this one just so I don't miss out on any of the cords. And then you just want to separate your colours and just keep them fairly neat. Just keep one colour to one side and then start with whichever side you want to start with. For me, I'm going to be doing the left, and I tend to take the ones that are going through the top buttonhole and then just work over with the ones going through the bottom. So you want to clip this bit to the board and then start with one square knot. So again, you do your square knot as always, over the top and through, and then under and through, and then just tighten up. And then you can remove this side from the board and put it to one side and take your other colour, and again taking the top cords I attach them to the board, and then just once again do a basic square knot. So over the top, over, and then through, and then under and through. So then for your last set, you want to take your 2 centre cords, which will be the different colours, and use them as the strands that you're going to work over. And then carefully checking which one's the closest, you can take that colour here and then that colour to this side, and then you're just going to be doing one square knot in the centre, leaving those cords free. So you're going to go over, through, and just pull that one gently so it goes to the top, but it's gentle, not too hard, and then under and through. And for this one you can do it a little bit tighter, give it a little bit more force, because that just makes it so it doesn't warp the bracelet. That's what you want to avoid. So this is basically like a 2-row repeat pattern where you're just going to do the exact same thing that you did on your first row again, and then you're just going to keep repeating it all the way to the end of the bracelet. So once you've got your bracelet to the length that you want it, you can remove the bottom part from the board, and then instead of tying it off like I have done for the last couple of bracelets, what you're going to do is you're going to make your buttonhole. So you will have one length of cord that's going to be longer than the rest. So you want to take that one, for whichever side you're going to do first, and then just put it where you think it's going to look the tidiest. And then moving this colour out of the way for now, you're going to attach this side to the board. So now you just want to do your half square knots or hitch knots or whatever it is you call them, just to make your button loop. Now the amount of knots you use is going to entirely depend on the size of your button, so you're basically just going to have to work this bit out for yourself. But because like I say, all buttons are different sizes, but it's not that difficult to measure it out. You can keep moving the button down and just put it against your loop as you do it, and then you'll know how many you need to do. But for this, basically what you're going to do is take this cord and go over the top and then through like that, and then so that it doesn't spiral round, next time you do it you're going to go under and then over and through. And you're going to do that for as many loops as you need to make the gap for your button. So once you think you've done enough to make a big enough space for your button, you can do the same on the other side. So again, just find your longest length of cord and put it to the point where you think it's going to look the neatest. And then just move your other colours to the side and reattach it to the board. And there you're basically going to do the opposite way around of what you've just done. So just going over the top and then through and then underneath and over and through. And do the same amount of knots on this side as you did on that side. So you can neaten them up a little bit once you've done them, and then taking your working cords, put them to one side, and then attach all the rest of the cords back to the bracelet, back to the board, sorry. And then what you want to do is just basic square knots for a couple of rows. So as usual, just going over, over, and through, and then under, under, and through. And you can just do this as long as you think it needs to be secure. So once you're happy with that part, you can remove the whole thing from the board. And this is the part where the lighter is going to come in. So I'm going to cut one of these working strands and leave in a little bit of a tail just to seal. Take your lighter, if you can get it to work, and just carefully melt down the end. And then do the same on the other side. And that melts it and seals it into place, and then you can cut the rest of your tail ends off and do the same thing. And do be careful, it is very hot. And that's what you will end up with. So once you finish your bracelet, you can just put it on your wrist. And that's your completed two-tone bracelet. So I hope this video was helpful to somebody, and thank you for watching.